Hey, everybody. Oh, that was the wrong camera. Hey, everybody. Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to talk about side hustles today. And a quick thing, if for everybody that's bought the side hustle, I know you're in. You got it in different price points, but I just put out a new lesson, and this is for people that have a business, but even when you're starting a side hustle, it's for starting a side hustle inside of a business. I know that sounds crazy, but check it out. I think you're going to like it. Regardless if you already own a business, check out that lesson because as you build your side hustle into a business and into a corporation, I want you to be thinking about these things, okay? Start identifying how you can split that business up in multiple different ways for multiple different purposes, all right? One of them being able to market it for sale, one business, splitting it up. Anyway, sorry, enough about that. I want to talk about why I started a side hustle. One of my most successful side hustles, actually two of them, were started during the recession of 2008 and why I did it and what I learned about it, okay? So everybody knows that I had a palm tree business, right? And then I started flipping tractors. Those two side hustles were making me between $50,000 and $100,000 a year in extra money. And it was absolutely amazing. And those two side hustles were just me. I had my kids in the back of the truck buying up trees, hauling them all over the state and selling them out of my backyard. I had a track house, literally had 1,000 palm trees at one time. And then in my track house backyard at one point, I think I had 13 attachments, Bobcat attachments, and 2 to 3 tractors for sale. Like at any time I was selling something, I was making lots of money. And it happened during the recession. And a lot of people would have thought that you can't have a successful side hustle during a recession, but I actually say the opposite. I say it during a recession when people aren't spending is the best time. Why? Because people panic, right? During the Great Recession, I was buying tractors from people that were selling their tractors because they were losing their homes, right? So they're selling their tractors because they were going to live in condominiums or moving out of state. For so many different reasons, they gave away the toys that they'd bought because they'd over leveraged themselves. I bought those and I would sell them to people around the state or around the country. And actually, sometimes I sold them around the world, so like Lebanon and places like that. I sold them to people that had money, right? And I was selling palm trees and fruit trees to people that had just went back to basics. They were fixing up the house that they had. They stopped trying to buy the bigger house down the street to impress the Joneses. They were just fixing up their home. So they spent their money on things like that. So those two times were very successful. It was really neat. Not only did people panic and sell their stuff, businesses panicked. And when a business panics, you have all kinds of opportunities. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to try and go down to Walmart because their clearance section I'm hearing is like 99 cents, and I want to film some of it and give you some ideas on how to make that kind of money. I mean, right now I was watching somebody on the internet buying things at Walmart for 99 cents that could easily be sold for $5 at least, probably 10 online. And you think about that, you're like, you could immediately make 5 or 10 times your money like that. Now, I know it's just on a $1 item, but if you think about it, from people that say, I have no money to start a business, why wouldn't you? Another thing that people ask me all the time, well, I want to start a business, but I don't have the money to do it. And I said, well, your first business should be selling the stuff in your garage that you never use and then flipping it a couple times. Flip that money, build up money to start your real estate business. I started my real estate flipping business by selling electric trains on eBay. Bought my first house, then I bought my rental, and then after that I had enough equity in both of them to keep rolling that money until I incorporated, and then I started putting assets in the LLC, and then it just took on its own life, had its own business credit card and all that kind of stuff, all expense line, bank accounts, all that stuff. But I started from flipping things in my garage, and I teach that in that class, how important it is to start small. Always start small. Don't start in debt. Build up a cash position. And if you're going to get into debt, do the debt inside the business so it's not you signing a personal guarantee. A lot of people don't teach that. Why? Because it's so easy to go, it's so amazing. Just go sign, get an equity line on your house and then start this business. Well, if the business fails, you still have to pay that equity line. And not only that, if you have to stop paying that equity line, they could take your house and destroy your credit. So I think it's very important, but the thing is that there's more opportunities during downtimes to start a business because businesses sell their inventory and even some businesses sell the entire, parts of their business. In 2009, 2010, I went into a car stereo shop that was closing their doors, and I offered them $1,000 for all their inventory, and they were at their wits' end. There's boxes of stuff everywhere. They'd already sold most of it, like 80% of the store had been sold, and they said done. And I took that and I turned that into like 15,000 bucks over time. So I was just putting that stuff on eBay or, back then it wasn't Craigslist, but you get my idea, classifieds, things like that, garage sales. There's so many opportunities to make money in bad times, but people don't understand that. And so I think that a recession is actually the greatest time to start a business, a side hustle. And the reason why is because, again, think about this. During a downturn, which we're starting right now, you have less competition because people are actually going out of business while you are finding ways to make business, to make money. A lot of people are going to the unemployment line. They're going to be going pretty soon. You are figuring out ways to make money from those that are still employed and they still have money to spend. I know it sounds crazy, but when you start small with no debt and you just start turning a little bit of money and a little bit more, and that's why I teach in the course how to budget it and all this kind of, how to build it, how to pull money off the side and go from, high percentage sales to volume sales, right? The volume of money, flipping it, sorry. I think it's important for people to know these nuts and bolts because you are about to experience one of the greatest opportunities to buy up assets for pennies on the dollar. As interest rates soar, the dollar gets stronger and then collapses, and businesses are forced to shut down, unemployment rises, you're going to have more opportunities to be successful. And that's what I want. I want for you guys to be more and more successful. I don't want people lining up in the bread lines. I can only help so many people. But the thing is, and that's why you don't have to buy the course to just learn this lesson. I think that's the most important part. Start in your garage, start small, start flipping things, start a garage sale, sell stuff. Note, actually take notes. What sold the first? What sold fastest? What were people asking for? Hey, do you have any of this? Do you have any of that? Write that stuff down. A lot of people are asking for fishing gear. A lot of people are asking for Legos, things like that. Then start looking around at other garage sales. You take the money from yours, you go to other garage sales, and you start buying stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but what you have after a little while is you got $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in your bank account or under your mattress, and you go, now I can start a business. What if you were to build that 50 grand up to 100 grand? Just wait a little bit longer doing this, going, I want a real estate business, but I'm going to build up this 100 grand. Now you got that 100 grand. Think about what kind of damage you could do on your first rental when you go out and buy a duplex or a condominium. Think about the cash flow you can start, and then you do it again and again and again. And what you'll find, and this is the same, and please, if you're an entrepreneur and you agree with what I'm about to say, put it down in the comment section. What you'll find is even though you find success, you start small with a garage sale flipping things, and then you move on to greater things, real estate or flipping cars or really big things, right? You'll find yourself still going by a garage sale and going, hey, how much do you want for that thing? 50 bucks? Yeah, give it to me. Put it in the back of my truck. And you go, I'm going to sell this thing this weekend for 500. Because why wouldn't you? I still do that. And people ask me all the time, why are you messing with this stuff? I'm like, why wouldn't I? If I know how to make 400, 500 bucks in a matter of 2 hours, why wouldn't I do that? My time's not that valuable. And honestly, that's where it's at. And the thing is with side hustles, people need to realize it's not always just a garage sale. It's garage sale today that turns into houses tomorrow or palm trees or tractors. And then possibly like when I moved into trailers, those mobile homes, I was making great money selling park models and mobile homes with my best friend. And we had the time of our life for 3 years. And then I took that money and went into crypto. Then I went into other bigger things. And so my point being is that I want to encourage you to look at the opportunities right now and not all the bad things. There are a lot of opportunities, but as long as you stay small, you don't get into debt, you don't over leverage yourself, you will always, always win. You may not sell something, buy it today and sell it tomorrow. It might take you a few weeks, but the day you sell it, it's yours. Just because that money's sitting there, it's potential energy. The second it sells, now you take it and you do it again, and you do it again, and you build your wealth slowly. But what you'll find is with the discipline, you'll be able to build that wealth rapidly over time. All right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I think that it is the time now to start looking at owning some type of business on the side and how to transition from a job to a business. But I teach that also because I think it's very, very vital. All right, guys? Hey, with that being said, I hope you got something out of this. Thank you to all the side hustlers. If you do me a favor, if you're a side hustler, hashtag side hustle, hashtag side hustle life in the comment section below. I'd appreciate it. Guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.